When it comes to the NBA, you might not think that every player matters on the squad, but they absolutely do. Because while it's the superstars that carry the team, they don't score every point or make every pass, get every rebound, etc. You need a team to come together to make things work, else you'll never get success. And on the Golden State Warriors, they are very much a group of players that know how to work together as a team and appreciate one another, even down to their 15th man via Gary Peyton II. So allow us to show you Golden State Gary Peyton II's lifestyle and net worth. Number 4. Pretty much my job. While we may be talking about Gary Peyton II right now, it needs to be noted that he has been making his presence felt all throughout the current NBA season. For example, earlier in the season, a question tossed towards Stephen Curry after the Warriors' 119-107 win over the Sacramento Kings was pointed, yet he responded as if he was truly glad to hear it. He was asked if Gary Peyton II's terrific performance in the victory exhibited the value of having the team fill its 15th and final roster spot. 1000%, he said firmly, a split second after the question was completed. Curry was among the veterans urging Warrior management to fill that spot, and the pleas intensified when management waived 4 players, including veteran guards Avery Bradley and Payton, both of whom specialize in defense. Management during the training camp never committed to signing a 15th player and actually considered opening the season without filling the vacancy. One less salary to pay, a sad tactic in the league. When Bradley signed with the Lakers, the Warriors coaching staff teeth gritted and fingers crossed hoped Payton would not land elsewhere and the management would relent. He remained available and the Warriors pounced. Payton's work that game and during this season so far validated the team's desire to keep him. Coming off the bench, he played 17 minutes, contributing 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal, and generally a stellar defensive performance. It's not typical that the last man on the NBA bench, a 6'2" guard, makes a significant impact in the 3rd game of the season. Curry laid out the asset Payton brings, the on-ball defense, but also the movement and instinct he displays on offense, the crazy 6'8" wingspan, and the hops as Payton's first bucket was a transition dunk off the Curry lob. Defensively, he gives us an edge, Curry said, and then he knocked down 2 threes, which was huge. If he's going to get open shots, he has to take them. We just want him to stay locked in, stay competitive, and stay focused when his moment comes and show he can do it. Getting irregular minutes can be a tough gig, but Payton, who has spent 6 years scratching and scraping to earn a regular job in the NBA, prides himself on dedication. I've been doing this for a while now, and it's really my job to stay ready at all times, he said. Just make sure I'm ready to do whatever I've got to do, to be ready as soon as I hear it's go time. I've been doing it for a while now, so it's pretty much my job. And clearly he does good at his job, else he wouldn't be here and still make impacts. The Warriors are in a bit of a slump, to be fair, even though they're 19 games above .500 and have Klay Thompson back. But if Gary Payton II keeps doing his job, he'll be an invaluable player once the playoffs roll around, which is a place the Warriors want to get back to no matter what. And so having a strong defensive player like Payton II helps them on their journey. Number 3, not so easy journey. Among Adam DeSoto's responsibilities as an assistant coach at Westwind Preparatory Academy in Phoenix was helping players find spots at the next level. In September 2011, that meant posting on Blogspot, where he published scouting reports, one of which included a proclamation. DeSoto's would be surprised if this particular Westwind player was not named an all-league defensive player at least once in his collegiate career. When he talked to college coaches about this player, a defensive first, jump out of the gym combo guard, he could sense their hesitation. It was weird, he said, because the film spoke for itself, and as the player's English teacher, he didn't understand how anybody could meet the kid and not like him. Convincing the coaches to make the trip was like pulling teeth. To this day, DeSoto's cannot explain why there was such little interest in Gary Payton II. You'd think the son of a Hall of Famer would be overhyped, not under-recruited. I could even get the big sky to come look at Gary, DeSoto said. His name's Gary Peyton, and he's athletic. So 1, that means I'm a terrible salesperson, but 2, he wasn't really somebody that people took that seriously. Peyton was 19 when he got to Salt Lake Community College, 23 when he went underdrafted out of Oregon State, and 29 when his one-year contract with Golden State Warriors was guaranteed last Monday. Until recently, he was on the fringes, playing in the G League and Summer League on 2 ways and 10 days, never finding a way to stick with one NBA team from training camp to Christmas. This past Christmas, Peyton started in the marquee game. When Devin Booker neglected to box him out, he soared to the rim for a powerful putback. The kind of play that looks 1,000 times more impressive when the guy making it is 6'3". In the afterglow of the Golden State's victory, Andy Liu, co-host of Light Years, a long-running Warriors podcast, changed his Twitter display name to Gary Peyton II Stan account. "It's just an unforgettable season," Peyton said on January 10, the day he officially kept his spot, just before the team plane departed from Memphis. "My first locked-in season, guaranteed, and with this team, it's special guys on this team. They are indeed special, but they ensure to tell him that he's special too, because he's helping the team and elevating them back to where the Warriors need to be to win." Number 2, making his name. Peyton has seen the Chase Center crowd give him a standing ovation and heard it chant his name. He has harassed opposing stars from Chris Paul to Nikola Jokic, won a jump ball against the 6'11 Jonas Valanciunas, dunked so hard he got headbutted and earned the new nickname. Young Gloves is Peyton approved, as are the Thief and GP II. He's little Gary to family. Don't even think about calling him the Mitten. He's hard to define, so the things that he does on the court have to be pretty special, Golden State assistant coach Ron Adams said. And he's carved out of this niche that works for him and is extremely helpful to a team. Peyton is proud of the fact that he broke out so close to turning 30. There's not an exact age when executives stop seeing you as a prospect, but it happens. They definitely look for younger guys to breed and make them their future, he said. But if you think about it, I didn't really start playing basketball until my senior year of high school, so I don't really have that much wear and tear on me. I'm pretty athletic still. I can still move pretty quick. By his own admission, Gary Peyton II has said that he is a late bloomer, and that probably led to why people weren't willing to take a chance on him despite being the son of the glove, a legendary NBA player who went up against Jordan and others during his time in the league. But now, he's making his own name, and the Warriors definitely need him. Number 1, net worth. So what's the net worth of Gary Peyton II? That would be about $5 million based on recent estimates. Now this might surprise some of you, especially since he's been on multiple NBA teams in his career, including the Wizards, Lakers, Raptors, and of course the Warriors. But as noted, he's not been a player that was valuable in the eyes of many, so he would only get certain minimum contracts to play. He's been fighting to be with the team for a whole season, and with the Warriors, this go-around at least, he's finally gotten that. And of course, if he continues to play well with them, and especially if he helps them in the playoffs and gets them a ring in his own way, his salary could absolutely go up. Though if you were to ask him, and many have, he's just glad to be with the Warriors and to finally be appreciated for all the skills he brings to the NBA. So for him, this is his net worth, being on a good team that understands what he can bring and how much he can contribute to the squad. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look of Gary Peyton II and how he is helping the Golden State Warriors in a variety of ways? Do you feel like he is one of their missing links to ensure that they get not just to the playoffs this year, but to the NBA Finals once more? What other key players outside the superstars do you feel need to step up when the time comes? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.